Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of FOOTBALLBREHZ. But today we got a special cast. As you can see, everybody is a gunner. I'm gonna be your host today and I'm Kemal. Back with us, we got men like Kieron, Jordan in the place,
Always here.
and Funky Joe is up in the place to be.
What we saying?
So how is everyone doing?
Good.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Can't complain.
Happy to be an Arsenal supporter right now?
2021's been good for us.
Good times, man.
Good times.
bro.
It's picking up, I can't lie.
That's what I'm talking about. So today, obviously, as you can see, everybody is a gunner. Yeah, so it's going to be all topic Arsenal. But before we get on, make sure, you know what we need you to do? We need you to subscribe to all our social media platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Yo, make sure you subscribe, yeah? And hit that like button. All right, cool. So, what are we going to discuss today? How has Arsenal been doing? How have we been doing? Joel, how do you think Arsenal have done in the past 6 months?
In the past 6 months, I would say that we've been doing good, yeah? Like, obviously, we had that slump, like, between beginning of November and end of December. But, like, generally speaking, like, I feel that we have definitely really done good. And these bumps in the roads are to be expected, so I can't really complain. It's a process, and it's going to take time, but I'm definitely satisfied.
You say it's a process, but how long do you reckon this process is going to take? Because Arteta's been in the job for some time now.
He's been in the, like you're saying, he's been in there like for some time, but the thing is that, like, when we're talking about process, like, he's been in there for 1 year, and, like, ask yourself, how much has he actually done? How much has he actually been able to change? So the process or the length of the process is going to depend on, like, how much gets done during the windows, you know what I'm saying? And when you're thinking about it, we haven't actually done that much. Hence why, like, we got to get used to the fact that, like, it might take a little bit longer. I'm thinking, like, in terms of the project, you know, I'm hoping that, like, we are going to be able to get ourselves back into a Champions League place after this season. So next season, hopefully. So
Oh, so you don't expect us to be there
this year? Like
This
this year,
season.
bro, this season,
top four.
bro,
You don't think we're going to get top four this season?
like,
I don't.
of course, in the way we're going right now, yeah, everything is possible. Like, but, like, is it gonna stay like that? Because I still expect there to be bumps in the road. You know what I'm saying? What has changed ever since? We've changed the formation, but, like, not much more has changed in terms of that, in terms of personnel and stuff like that. And this is what I'm talking about. In terms of that, we gotta just.
You know
do,
what? Let
like,
me touch
way
on.
more.
Let me touch on personnel, because obviously, guys, we're filming deadline day. Okay, we still got a couple more hours to everything goes. Let's just touch on deadline day. So, Joe Willock has gone on loan to Newcastle, and then we also got Maitland-Niles, who's just gone to West Brom. Jordan,
What about
talk to me.
Mustafi? I think Mustafi's gone to
Is Mustafi gone as well?
He's gone to Schalke.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, Jordan, talk to me. Players gone out so far. Are you happy?
Boy, I think it was needed. We've all known for quite a while that our squad's been overpopulated. We've had too many players in the squad. And yeah, Arteta's just doing a clean out. It's needed. I'm a little bit disappointed the way in which we've got rid of some of the players. Like, we've terminated the contract for, I think it's around 3 or 4 players. Ozil, Socrates, Mustafi. We've just terminated the contract. And me personally, those players are good enough. Even if you get like a little bit of money for them, I'm not saying we're going to rake in like 30, 40 million for them, but...
Well, for none of them players, really, let's think about it. They all ran down their contracts.
bad business.
Also, Kolasinac
really bad
as well.
business.
That's the thing. That's the problem, man. Because, like, with the contract situation, and this is where Arsenal has been dying, you know what I'm saying? We've been overpaying these players, which means that, like, who's going to take up, like, not only pay what they're worth, but then who's going to, like, take up these contracts? Because they will want the same money or more than that. And this is where Arsenal died, and this is where transfers start, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like, while I fully agree with Jordan, I feel like we've done what we had to do at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like anyone would have actually picked these players up.
I don't think. Sorry, Jordan. I was going to say I don't think everyone wanted the same amount of money, because I know that some people have gone to different places and they've actually gone for less money weekly. So I think Ozil, he's getting much less money than what he was on at Arsenal. Same with Kolasinac as well.
Yeah,
So-
but you say that, but Ozil still got bought out. Let's just remember, Ozil still got a nice lump fee to go.
But I'm leaning on to what Joel and Jordan were saying. It's more bad business from Arsenal more than anything else. We can't blame the players.
Definitely.
We can't blame anything else. We shouldn't be in this position because it happens every single year. Like, how much money have we made from selling players? Peanuts.
Not much.
Next to
ridiculous.
nothing.
Not much.
I remember
And when-
Chamberlain,
when-
that was a good fee. And who went
Not
to...
considering the player he was, though. He was,
True.
at that time when we sold him, he was one of the best young prospects in English football. We let him get down to the final year of his contract and we had to take 25 million. Yes, in hindsight, you can say he's hardly played for Liverpool and it looks like a decent bit of money because he hasn't played. But when he left Arsenal, he left fit and he was one of the best young prospects.
He was incredible.
He could have easily went for double what he went for.
And also the amount of money that we got for the guy that went to Everton, young guy.
It will be.
Iwobi.
That's the-
Yeah.
I think we got about
That's-
35 from him. That was good business.
Yeah. That was good business.
That's the only good bit of
Yeah.
business that I can say
Literally.
Arsenal's done.
Literally.
That's the only good bit of business.
Mm.
Yeah, but I would say the business hasn't been great. If you look back to the summer, a lot of those players who have left on a free or who have run out their contract, there was bids coming in for them in the summer for around sort of £10 million or
And
5
Arsenal
million,
didn't
which
take them.
we didn't take them, and then we didn't even play them. I don't think Socrates did he make an appearance for us this season?
No.
He wasn't registered. Him and Ozil weren't registered, so he couldn't play.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. But there was teams looking to buy Socrates in the summer for around £10 million.
Really?
Kolasinac, he could have moved in the summer as well.
Kolasinac, I knew. Like Socrates, I had no idea, man.
Yeah, Socrates, there was teams putting in money for him in the summer. Ozil just been an ongoing saga that could have been sorted out a lot earlier. If you knew you were going to pay him off, why didn't we just pay him off earlier and just get him off our books and start again? Like it's all these things which have just been going on, and it's making me question a lot about Arsenal's their transfer policy and just some of the business that they do.
But that was something that we was told that was going to change. We were told when when new management came in, they said that wasn't going to happen again. They said if a player gets down to 2 years left on a contract, we will sell them. But we're in that
That's
position.
not exactly right, because when you think about Lacazette's contract talks are not going to start until the summer now.
I think we're going to sell him. I think we're going to sell him in the summer
More
to
than
bring in some
likely.
money.
But what Kieran's saying is we should never be in this position with them. We've still got a lot of players which are going to be running out of contract. And again, if it gets down to the final 2 years of the contract, we was promised about 3 years ago that it would all be sorted out. Like if they don't sign in those before the 2 year deal, they get sold.
Yeah.
But like you got to consider like who made that comment. The person that made that comment was Raoul Sanllehi.
Yeah.
Exactly,
He got sacked.
Raoul Sanllehi, right? And like he's gone. So like you see that they're like, even when we're looking at Arsenal, like there's still problems in terms of the structure as a club as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And like you don't know how much like was down to just him alone. Of course, like the club has got to look at it like holistically speaking. But like how much was he in charge of doing that? If he's gone now, right? Suddenly this comment is like, well, nobody's gonna back up this comment, even though it should be like that. But that person is not there anymore. You know?
Exactly right.
I definitely agree with you, but just to be sort of devil's advocate, the guy was at Arsenal for most probably around 3 years. So why did Lacazette get in this position? He was here long enough that he could have sorted it out.
Yeah.
So
they've done Aubameyang's contract before Lacazette, and Lacazette arrived before Aubameyang.
I think
So
it was always going to be. They came the same season, but I think Lacazette came in the summer.
6 months later, yeah.
Yeah, and Aubameyang came in the winter transfer window. But the difference is we always knew it was going to be one or the other, because I don't think Arsenal would have looked at having two aging strikers. I think it would have been one or the other. So we've gone with Aubameyang. So I'm pretty certain that this summer we're going to sell Lacazette. I'm going to bring in someone else.
You're saying that. Are you happy that we're selling Lacazette?
In terms of the project which you've been talking about, I guess so. I think he will be missed, but in terms of going forward and the style of play that we are playing at the moment in terms of our football, I think we could get someone else better suited. I don't know who it is. That's why we have scouts.
That was going to be my next question to you, sir. So, come on. What is missing from this Arsenal team? You know, we've brought in 2 players. We've brought in a backup goalkeeper on loan from Brighton. And we've brought in Joel, the guy's name from Real Madrid. Pronunciations is my number one
Odegaard?
thing.
Oh,
Odegaard.
Yeah.
And does anyone know much of him? Kieron? Do you know much of
bruv.
I've seen little bits and pieces of him. He looks promising from what I've seen.
man. What, on YouTube? Because we all know YouTubers players look amazing, yeah?
I know. I get caught in that trap all the time. But in terms of what he offers, and because I remember before he went to Real Madrid, I remember the whole debacle that was going on about that, and there was such a huge buzz about him. And I always thought that going to Real Madrid at such a young age could be detrimental to his career.
100%.
And sadly, it stalled him. He's stalled. He's got the quality, but I don't think that he should have gone to Real Madrid. He should have went to another club, built his profile up a bit more, and then looked for a bigger move.
Yeah.
Now that we've got
he's
6 months.
He's never had any stability in his career. Like, he's been on loan to most probably 3 or 4 different teams already, and he's not even like just loaning teams in the same league. He's jumping between leagues. And for a young player, you need to get that stability and
consistency.
So what is he going to bring to Arsenal? What kind of player is he?
He's a playmaker.
It's really that.
He's a playmaker. He's good on the ball. You can pick out a pass. He works hard. His things that you know, we had Ozil. I don't want to bring up his name, but obviously with Ozil, we know what we got from Ozil, but we're getting someone that is going to work, someone that is going to be hungry, and someone that is going to provide cover for Smith Rowe as well. Because you saw how the team was without having Smith Rowe or without having Ozil in those couple of months. It was diabolical. It was really, really bad.
It was terrible. We didn't correct anything.
But as soon as Smith Rowe came into it, the link up, the creativity, you can see something is starting to blossom. So I think having Odegaard come in now, it's more options.
Well, just look at the results since Smith Rowe's been here. Like, we don't know how long it's going to last, but we've got to say that we've been on an unbeaten run since Smith Rowe's been in our team.
In a league of fours.
And prior to him coming into our team, was it like eight games or something without a win?
Okay, let's touch on that. Let's touch on that real quick. So what's our best 11 then?
Let's look at defenders first. I think Leno, there's no question.
Oh, come on, we know Leno's in goal. He done incredible against United. He's been pulling off.
He's done incredible, and a number of times this season he doesn't get the props that he wants. There's a massive agenda against him because of Martinez, but Leno's been great.
Third highest clean sheets in the league.
Amazing work.
He's behind Martinez in terms of that, but only by 1 clean sheet though. So you gotta.
It might be 2 actually. Is it 1 or 2? Anywho, he's just behind.
Sure. Doesn't matter. Let's go for the 2 centre backs. Who we having at the back? What partnership works? Because we haven't even talked about Salibas the way he's been shipped out the club, and I've never even seen this guy play.
We'll come back to Saliba.
Okay, let's go.
I think we need to go with Roblo, Holdini. That's first. Gabriel.
Holdini. I agree.
Those two are my partnership. Gabriel on the left and Robbo on the right.
Yeah, this is the current partnership. This is the I think that what Kieron says, we can't really judge Saliba. We can only judge his potential, you know what I'm saying? And based on that, maybe he's going to be the one for the future. But right now, we can't really say. And I'm somebody that really wants to see him, you know what I'm saying? But based on what we have right now, it has got to be Rob Holding and Gabriel.
Okay,
so the only time that may change is if we're playing a very defensive team. Sometimes David Luiz can be quite good just because he plays a lot of forward passes, and I think the stats have backed it up that he's one of our most forward passing players. But Gabriel, we can't really argue with that because I think he got Player of the Month for the first 3 months that he was here. So
okay, so
he's been phenomenal.
Them two are locked in. Now on the left, obviously we've got Tierney. He's been a breath of fresh air. This guy is
we don't even need to cover that position.
No question,
easy peasy. Now
he walks into any team in this league. Make sure you record that. Make sure you rewind that. Do whatever you need to do. He walks into any team in this league.
On the right,
get out of here, Robertson.
Who is picking Bellerin?
At this point in time,
Yeah,
You know what?
Like I feel like look, wait, like
No way.
wait. At this point in time, right now we've seen 2 good performances from Suarez, in my opinion. 2 where I'm like, yo, okay, now I'm starting to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? If he can continue that form, I'm gonna play him ahead of Bayern, but not yet. Because he's also played a couple of times where I've been like, this guy is not even good enough for Arsenal. But the last couple of performances, like I feel like he's proven a point, like a lot of other players are too, you know.
He's settled in.
Yeah, I'll say honestly, the last 2 or 3 games, no, last 2 games, sorry. So that was United and Southampton. I think Suarez has been one of our best players in terms of his performance.
Yeah.
Really
And
impressive.
he's been playing
I agree.
But I think
out of
it is a
position
bit
as
too
well.
early to say he should
Yeah.
be an over Bellerin. Yeah, left,
Yeah.
right, he does it all.
Listen, I think when he's been playing on the right hand side, he's played better than Bellerin, personally.
And there was another league game, I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head, where he was absolutely outstanding. That was the game before that Newcastle, there you go.
Newcastle, but this is one of the games that I'm talking about. Newcastle, he
Yeah.
was like, he was different, man.
He
Man
was
playing
outstanding.
different.
Okay, so that's 50-50 on
But
that.
yeah, 50-50. The way Suarez has been playing lately, yeah, he's doing very well.
Okay,
very
so
well. He's giving himself a
What we doing?
shout.
Two in front of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So who we going
2 in
with?
front of them.
2 holding midfielders. We know who one is.
Well, obviously Partey. That's quite obvious. This
Well,
guy-
Bit
this
too early
guy's
there.
come
Bit too
in.
early there, Joel.
We're gonna party hard. Hey, we're gonna party.
Yeah, went back to number 1 because of this guy. You know, look at that.
Party.
Who's gonna be
Can we
next?
just take a moment to speak about Party, please?
What do you want
Because
to say? Tell me.
he just controls every game that he plays in. Every game he runs to midfield. Like when he's in the midfield, it just changes. You could have 3 other midfielders in there against just Party, and you can't press Party for one. So all the teams that try and press Party, any managers watching this, don't press him. Like
You know what? We
try and
haven't
get
got
where
the
he's
best
going to pass the
defender
ball.
either. You know, he's
Like-
still not 100% fit. I believe. I don't believe he's 100% fit.
People are lucky,
I
man.
think we've
We're
got a
going to
lot
see the
more
best
to
of
come
him
this
next
player.
season.
Yeah,
Next
I agree.
season, we're going to see the best of the blood.
What
my
I
God.
like the most about him as well, he always seems to have maybe a split second more than every other player. Because there's times
That's what I mean.
where most players will just pass the ball, but he's always got that. He's always got the time to think and deliver something better than what you expect.
Yeah.
Running through people, like the way that he played against Man United, like he ran through the midfield quite a few times, which is good to see. His passing wasn't that great against United, but he can pick out
Yeah.
passes. Like was it
100%.
the Southampton
He
game
makes-
when he looped the ball
Yeah.
over?
Yeah, exactly right.
Well,
He-
every other
He,
game.
plays, he makes it look
Every
like
other
he
game.
just plays in second gear. Second gear all the
Right,
way. But
exactly.
he's
It's
so good.
effortless. Effortless.
So who have you got parting? Who's gonna be the partnership?
I think we have to
This
go
is
with
where,
your-
like,
your
Look,
Swiss friend.
this is where I feel like it's difficult, right? Because
What's different?
right now,
who are you
like,
putting in there?
look, at this point, I would say Shaka, informed Shaka, right?
Well, Shaka's
but,
been
like-
in form for a hot minute, bro.
Yeah, fair enough. You know what I'm saying? But like, for example, like there was questions that were being raised again, like between November and end of December, where he was even dropped a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? So like again, that's why I'm saying inform Shaka. Now, what I don't like about Shaka, right, is the fact that like I'm missing the athleticism. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing that like the ability to quickly turn to like be almost like not able to exactly what like not be able to do what Party does, right? But just being a bit more athletic with the ball, a bit quicker, a bit like
He's never been that really type of player. He's always been a bit slow.
exactly.
He
But
always
this is the reason
he slows
why
down
like
the
I
game.
feel like if we are able to like for example like in the future, right? I don't know. It depends on how well they can do defensively as well. Let's say we're buying another number 10 after Odegaard, like in the future, right? Like I would like to see whether like Smith Rowe can play as an 8. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I don't think he's got the
with,
physicality
like,
for it yet.
Yeah.
This is like again. This is why I'm saying like potentially. I don't know how well he can do there, but like I feel like there's a potential because he's a worker as well. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, I don't want to take away from his ability to play in number 10.
But I say
But
based
it's something to
based
think
on-
about. It's something to think about.
Joel, based on who we have at the moment though, who would you pair with Partey?
Shaka. Shaka.
Okay.
Right now,
I would.
Shaka.
I think we should give an honourable mention to Ceballos as well.
100%.
I think when Partey when Partey came in, on paper I thought Ceballos would be the best combination. Those two together. So I think people are sleeping on Ceballos' stats. Like, he works hard, he wins the ball, and he can drive forward as well. And he is a lot more mobile.
A lot of you, I know a lot of people are Danny in. I don't think he's I don't think he's good at all.
Wow.
Let me rephrase that. I don't rate him as much as other people. That's what I'm gonna say. And if you, guys, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below, because I'll tell you why he ain't that good. But
can you tell us why he ain't that good?
Bruv, he's not that good. What does he really do? What does he really do?
He's a worker. He carries the ball. He picks out a pass.
That's a big comment.
He tackles. He intercepts.
What assists? Tell me assists that he's done.
Yeah, but
apart from when he was fighting, he's a troublemaker. That's what he is.
Kamal, has he been in the team since he's been winning?
Troublemaker. No.
Exactly. No one was good before that. None of our midfielders were doing anything before December.
Something that Ceballos did, that I feel is really, really impressive. This guy adapted to the league, and he adapted quick. You know what I'm saying? He showed not only the ability that that he's able to display, technically speaking, but he showed the ability to develop. And that, I feel, is something that we really need in our team right now. People that know and are able to develop and adapt. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to stay the same players.
Okay.
Now, let me talk on Ceballos.
1 second, I'm coming to you. So, who would buy Ceballos at the end of the season?
How much is he going for?
That's the thing. There's a lot of questions to be asked, bro.
We're not going to pay 50. We're not going to pay 50 mil for him because he's not that type of player.
Okay, so he's not worth it.
He's not worth. He's not worth 50 mil. But you've got to appreciate.
Say yes.
You've got to appreciate what Ceballos does for us. Arsenal have never been a club who can run around splashing 50 mil on bare players. No. He's not 50 mil quality, but is he of the quality of Arsenal? Yes, he is at the moment.
We need better than that.
What he does at the moment, in terms of, he's phenomenal in terms of his ball retention.
Phenomenal, wow! Just throwing out big words like that.
He rarely loses the ball. When you pass the ball to him, he's got amazing ability to keep the ball, to beat the press. He can shake off anyone who tries to close him down. He's got an amazing dribbling ability where he can beat them.
Okay.
And again, he's passing forward. He doesn't get an assist, but he's the guy that you would say the assist maker. So his job is to drill it into the number 10. It's to drill it into the wingers, and you've seen him do that a number of times where he's drilled it into someone like Saka, and then Saka may get the actual assist. So Ceballos doesn't get mentioned for that reason, but he's very good in terms of. One of our main complaints before he was in the team was no one was passing the ball forwards.
Okay. Jordan,
on that
he was
the only one.
Let's just agree to disagree. But who would you put next to Partey? So you would put Danny.
I would put, as Joel said, Xhaka, because Xhaka's just been unreal at the moment. His defensive skills have been brilliant. I think tactically Xhaka's quite good as well. If you watch Arsenal, he's often one of the people that starts to press. He's quite versatile. The fact that he's left-footed means he's naturally comfortable on that left side as well. So from a balance perspective, I would say Xhaka. But again, similar to when we're playing teams like Brighton or West Brom that we need to break down, I wouldn't feel hesitant to put Ceballos into those games.
Okay,
also, sorry, just to add on to that as well, Kemal, I think Xhaka's positioning has improved a lot as well, because I think prior to this season, he used to drop into positions which weren't needed. So he'd drop into a space, but he wasn't being effective whatsoever.
That's because of Partey, isn't it? Partey come in, so possibly. So maybe there's a bit more intelligence to his game now, which we're seeing. But anywho, that pairing, Partey and Xhaka. Okay, let's keep it. So what are we doing? Let's
shout out Nene.
Yeah, he's done some good performances.
Shout him out there.
The Egyptian Javi.
Let's just continue. Let's kind of wrap it up because we're spending a lot of time on this. So who else are we picking?
Smith Rowe in front. That's easy.
Number 10.
Yes.
Smith Rowe in front of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll do 3 up front.
Yeah.
I feel like that gets tricky now. I feel like it's gonna get tricky now.
I'll tell you my front three, and I'll tell you why. Based on what I've seen at the moment, I would say Pepe on the left, Aubameyang in the middle, and Saka on the right. But that could change if Martinelli comes into form. I would like Martinelli on the left and keep Saka on the right and keep Aubameyang in the middle. But based on the fact that I don't think Martinelli is quite up to speed yet, I would say Pepe, because I was impressed with what he's done on the left hand side. He seems to be more effective and get more into the game. Saka, you can put him anywhere. You can put him as like in goal, and he'll still do amazing. He's something
Still get
else.
assist.
Yeah, and
Best
Aubameyang,
teenager in the league, blood.
and Aubameyang is just come
teenager
into
in the
form.
league.
I think in terms of the way that we play at the moment, the fast build-up play, the way that we're providing balls into the box, I think Aubameyang would be best suited to that game as well.
Okay.
So that's my front three.
Jordan?
My front three, I would most probably go Aubameyang out on the left, Lacazette through the centre and Saka on the right. I totally understand what Kieron's saying about Pepe, but the fact that it's just been 2 games and we've had this guy on our books for so long, it's very difficult to say that I would want him starting ahead of Aubameyang based on 2 games.
Yeah. Okay.
He did have a very good game against Man United. He had a good game against Man United. The facial expression there was for the one against Southampton. He played okay against Southampton. Better than he played better than what we've seen him play before. But I think the game against Man United was like Pepe, like with confidence. He played really well. But
He
yeah,
played better in the Southampton game,
needs-
Jordan.
Listen, Pepe needs a lot
I
of
think the
confidence.
Man United personally.
He needs a lot of confidence and just a run of games now in the league. So hopefully
Yeah.
he start getting that. Joel?
But he's
what's
been
your front
given
three?
that belief by Arteta as well. So Arteta's been giving him a lot of game time. So hopefully it pays off.
Yeah.
So like, here's the thing. Like for me, Saka on the right, 100%. Current form, I would say Lacazette up top, right? And then I would say like, okay, hopefully Oba is now like getting back into the pace of it, right? And then we play him on the left. But what I would actually like to see is like Oba at his best through the middle, right? And then like Pepe with his current performances, like last 2, like on the left. You know what I'm saying? This is what I would like to see, but based on form, Saka, Laka, and then Oba.
Okay.
I just want to say on that topic, I don't think every time Uber plays through the centre, we all hope that he's going to be that guy, but he's just not that guy through the
I was
centre in
just
the
about
Premier
to
League.
say that. Everyone hopes, put him down the middle.
He's
And it just
just not
doesn't
that
work.
guy.
But wait,
It
like
does not
this
work.
is like, but if you're thinking about it, he hasn't been the guy on the left either, right? But because like the
No,
reason why he has
he's
wait,
bang-
but wait
But that's
one
where the
second,
majority
right?
of his goals have come from, isn't it?
But exactly, but that's the thing, because we have played him on the left because it has worked on the left. The moment it stopped working on the left, people started saying, okay, play him through the middle, but it hasn't worked. But now the question is, why hasn't it worked either? Because like his form as a whole was off. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he was producing anything of quality on the left either.
And it wasn't
Like,
just
a lot
that.
of the time.
Also, hold on, it was because he wasn't actually getting fed. Let's think.
Exactly.
At that
Yeah, there was
See,
no
I mean-
creativity.
Exactly,
there was no
exactly. So
creativity
like
in the team.
now that the creativity is there, I feel like Oba through the middle, like it's worth a try, as opposed to saying like, nah, we shouldn't be trying it at all. You know what I'm saying?
The reason why I said I'd put him in the middle is based on the way that we're playing of late. I think his style of play would be better suited to being in the middle, because when we had him on the left last season, we played 5 at the back, we were looping balls over the top, we were creating chances like that. We was only maybe getting 1 or 2 chances per game, but he was clinical. Now we've gone back to 4, and we've got 3 in the middle, and we've got 3 attackers. I think having him up front and having balls being fed in by Smith Rowe and Pepe on the left and Saka on the right, I think we'll start to produce a lot more.
I'll just say the reason why I don't think he's the best down the centre is just purely we know he cannot hold up the ball anywhere like Lacazette does. And I think by placing him in the centre of the field up front, it means that the defenders, they're very conscious of where he is. I think a lot of his goals come through him coming off on the left of pace and no one really knows where he is.
Yeah.
And even when he's on the left, if Tierney gets round him, he can almost pull into the centre of the up front.
Yeah.
And again, defenders don't really know where he is. But if he's up front, the 2 centre-backs mark him and he hardly touches the ball anytime when he's up front, let alone in the game or scoring.
You know,
hardly
on
touches
that,
the ball.
I agree with Jordan. I would play him out on the left as well. So now, okay, we've spoken about our team, yeah, our best 11, pretty much. Where are we gonna finish? We got 6 months left. Where are we gonna finish? Realistically.
Realistically,
Let's not act like a Liverpool fan or a Tottenham fan and say, yeah, we're going to win the league. Let's not act like Ben. Okay? Ben's not on the show this week.
Okay.
Yeah? Let's be real.
Did you
Where's
say
Arsenal
Ben?
gonna
Think of
finish?
Spurs.
I said Ben, yeah.
Okay. Well, say for the top
What
Ben.
do you think of Tottenham?
Okay, cool.
Shit.
Let me know. Where we
So,
gonna finish?
Realistically,
Can I ask a question?
yeah, go for it.
Did Tottenham get a trophy for being like top of the league in December?
Yo, they're a mess. Let's not even talk about that.
All right.
Yeah, might.
All right,
Might
cool.
because
Sorry.
they're
Let's not ruin the show. Let's not ruin the show. So, listen, where are Arsenal going to finish? Realistically.
I would say between 6th or 8th.
Same.
That's what
I
I
hope
think.
for more. I hope for more. But like realistically speaking, the next run of game I feel like is really gonna be decisive in terms of
You know what? Let me go through the next runners game. We got Wolves away from home. Then we got Aston Villa, who we lost against at home. We got them away from home. Then we got Leeds at home. It's going to be another tough game. Manchester City at home, followed by Leicester away.
Wow.
See what I
That's
mean?
some
Like if
hard
we get
games.
through this run of games, yeah, with like how many
And
games
we
was
got
that?
Europa between that as well. Just so
I
you know.
was going to say
We got
throw
Europa,
Benfica into that mix as
Benfica,
well.
Home and away.
Exactly.
So that's some
If we-
hard games.
If we get through that run
Yeah.
of games, yeah, with like let's say 4 wins and like I don't know how many matches you said.
Who you beating?
Bro,
Who you
that's
beating?
the
Some
thing,
West
bro.
Ham, Leeds,
This is the thing.
Leicester and Wolves.
This is the thing, but like I'm saying that in relation to like us potentially getting more than 6th. I believe that we can have a bad run of like form throughout these games and still get 6th to 8th, right? But to get more than that, I'm just like we need to win at least 4 out of these matches, man.
All right then.
Hence why
Yeah,
I'm saying six
to aim
eight.
higher.
Kieran?
I would,
Kieran,
yeah,
let me
just
know.
just to piggyback off of what George just said. I already said I believe 6th to 8th as well, but I think the main thing with Arsenal at the moment is even though we're in form, the fact that we're missing some key players now, we need other people to step up and we need luck to be on our side to get these results. I think Man United was there for us for the taking on when we played them on Saturday. I think that we could have won if we were able to beat a team like United with missing those key players. That would have been more of a statement, you know what I'm saying? But instead, we're going into these games, and if we're missing key players, the best we can hope for is a draw, and we shouldn't be doing that. We should be looking for wins. So that's why we need other people to step up to the table.
Jordan,
So that's why I still think
positivity.
6th or 8th.
Jordan,
Yeah, no, I
positive.
definitely
Come
agree with what Kieran's saying. I'm not gonna say we're gonna finish between 6th and 8th because that puts a ceiling on our achievement. I'm gonna say we'll finish top 8, so anywhere above 8th. But yeah, I agree with what Kieran's saying because I think we've got one of the smallest squads for the teams which are challenging in Europe and in the well, we're not challenging for the Premier League, but for a team which is in 2 competitions. And I just think there's the potential for our players to tire out, and 1 or 2 injuries can just really leave us exposed at the moment. So we've seen what's happened with Tierney going out, and all of a sudden we realise that actually if we don't have a left back, our team is finished.
Yeah.
And again, when Smith Rowe went down, was like actually before Smith Rowe came into the team, we couldn't win a game. And the same with Partey as well. So like if you get those few players, then yeah, that could really scupper our chances. So
And you've forgotten Saka
yeah,
as
for
well.
me, Saka as well. Yeah, Saka. So yeah, for that reason, that's why I might say top 8. I know we've been on a good run lately, but I always looked at that sort of run of fixtures and said that we should be winning quite a few of those games because those were against like a lot of the teams that we're expected to beat. But as you said, the next sort of 5 or 6 games, they're going to be really challenging, and depending on where we finish after those games, I think it's going to really sort of impact on where we finish in the league.
Listen, you said the teams that we're expected to beat. Listen, we're not expected to beat anyone. We've lost 8 games already this season.
You know, but I'm just saying, like, notoriously, you're expected to beat West Brom. You're expected to sort of beat a Crystal Palace.
10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I get you, but I'm just saying those will be the weaker teams in the league. If we're going to beat anyone,
Well,
those
you
will
shouldn't
be
really
the
be
teams
talking
that
about
was
Crystal
expected
Palace
to lead.
because in the past 5 years, we haven't really beaten Crystal Palace that often.
I'm completely aware of that, but we should be.
But I'm
Should've,
just yeah,
could've,
again.
yeah.
I think expectation though. We should be aiming to beat these teams. We should be aiming
Yeah.
to beat every single team that comes in front of us. That's what we should be aiming to do. But the problem is once we lose key players, that expectation goes out the window. Look at Liverpool, for example. Look at how many injuries they've had, but they're still getting results. They don't like their defense is their defense is made out of blue tack at the moment, but they're still getting results.
Yeah.
When could Arsenal say the same thing about our team?
It's a different mentality, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, but I think the only thing that's good enough.
Maybe that's what Klopp
Yeah.
is doing. Can Arteta really
Oh,
do
bro. Wait, hold on though. Like, let's remember, right, how Klopp started. Because I remember Klopp, like, celebrating a 4-4 against, was it Norwich at home?
Yeah.
But
When
he
it
was
came out of
everybody
their
gets
hands.
West Brom.
But everybody laughed. Everybody laughed.
Doesn't he?
Bruv, everybody
always-
laughed because like this is the
he's-
kind of team that like Liverpool was. But like in his first season, in his second season, like Klopp's Liverpool didn't like look that great, bruv.
I know.
It didn't.
It's
But I
taken
think
him-
like
it's
I
taken him
feel we're
4 or 5
forgetting
years.
because exactly. You know what I'm
Time
saying? 3 years ago,
is key. Time is key.
bruv.
He was given
you know what I'm
time
saying?
and resources to go through
Do
his
you know
project.
what? Listen.
That's why
listen.
like
I just want to ask you another question. Let's just get off topic. Arteta, just real quick. Is he doing a good
Yeah.
job?
yes.
Yes.
I think
everyone,
he is.
yes.
I
Why?
think he is.
Just quickly, in one sentence, I'll go round all of you, starting with, let's start with Kieron. Why is he doing a good job?
Okay, so when he came into the club, we weren't in a great position. He installed a good mentality and a good work rate, and he has won 2 things in such a short space of time.
Not like Frank Lampard. Okay, I love that. Let's move on. Jordan, tell me.
I could say it in 2 words: our defence.
You know,
I mean, when you think about it, for the past 15, 20 years, Arsenal's been a team with an absolutely shambolic defence. I know it's not the only thing that it doesn't win football matches, your defence, but it definitely keeps you in the football match. And for us to be within the top 3 defences in the league is amazing, considering we're playing a lot with the same personnel that was almost like laughed at throughout the whole of last season. But then in addition to that, as Kieron said, he's come in halfway through last season and he's won 2 trophies already, or a shield if people want to be pedantic. But again, it just shows that the guy's a winner. He's a winner.
okay. Joel?
Yeah, like defense, second best team in the league defensively. FA Cup, right? He's been with us for like now 13 months. And like if you're thinking about it, everybody has said there's going to be bumps in the road. But like the problem is that like the moment these bumps in the road come, like everybody's suddenly like calling for him to be out. And that
balance
is
come
what
out.
to me doesn't make sense. This is what to me doesn't make sense. Out of like the 30 months,
I'm one of them
months that,
I'm not one of the people that calling him for him to be out. I said 6 months. After one game, I was fuming and I was like, yo, this guy needs to... I woke up and this guy needs to leave. But realistically, I'm giving him another 6 months to see what he's all about.
In
Personally.
my eyes, he's already proven it.
but that's the thing.
Tactically, this guy's he's a lot better than I think he's a lot better than the other managers out there. There's a reason why Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't think he's beat him yet, or I don't even think he's got a goal against him, because tactically
That's
Arteta
true. I think that's true.
just has outperformed these managers, and it's the same with Lampard. Lampard struggled with him every time.
Lampard won
I think.
Come on now.
No, but I'm
even
just saying,
Klopp,
like,
even Klopp came out and said these things where like playing against Arsenal is not easy anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Why would
you know
Klopp
what,
come out and say
I-
that? What relationship has he got with like Arteta?
Okay.
The fact that we've beaten like sides in the top 4 away from home, which we all know about the record, like it was absolutely atrocious. We beat Man United at Old Trafford for the first time in like 15 years. Again,
Wow.
it's no coincidence that we're breaking all these records under Arteta.
Arteta.
Like they're not records we should be proud of, but again, there's
It's a
stuff
step
that's
in the right
been there.
direction.
It's a step in
Exactly.
the right
There you
It's a
direction.
go.
start. It's a start.
So basically, Arteta in. Yeah?
Yeah. Come on, what do you feel about Arteta?
100%.
Just out of interest. Come on.
Listen, I will give him another 6 months. For me, it's always after we lose you know, he's always saying, oh yeah, we need to work on this, we need to work on this, but he doesn't really do much. I think he picks the wrong team a lot of the times when we've lost.
I think he can be
he's
stubborn
too
at times.
defensive. Yeah, he's very stubborn. He's way too defensive. Like, sometimes he's playing two defensive midfield players when we're playing at home. These kind of things make me mad, and I'm screaming at the TV every time I'm seeing this selection. I remember when I was on another episode and I said, yeah, he's going to play two defensive-minded midfield players at home. And they looked at me and said, are you, what? And I was like, I'm telling you, he would do that. He done that,
I've
and
got a
what happened? We
question.
lost. So...
I got a question.
Tell me.
You just done cuss off Tobias. Have we got another attacking centre midfielder?
Okay.
Alright, sorry.
Okay, cool.
We'll cut that bit out.
No, we can keep it in. It's all good. No, it's all good. Listen. I didn't cut it. I'm just not on the Danny bandwagon. That's all it is. But listen.
So don't cuss my manager either.
Too much talk right there. But no, listen, to wrap it all up here, we kind of know what we would like as our best 11 to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's kind of behind Arteta, plus me. And the best we can finish is top 8. And I'm not happy saying that. I think it's actually quite a disgrace to think that Arsenal is going to be finishing 8th.
Wait. Rephrase that. Rephrase that. We feel we may finish in the top 8. We can finish a lot higher than that. The way that a lot of the teams are performing around us. If you look at the fixtures or the results, this week, I think it was only Man City who won in like the top however many places in the table. Like I think Man City was the only team in the top 4 to win. They may have even been the only team in like the top 6.
As well. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining in. Make sure if you liked what we was talking about, drop a comment in the comment section below. So, do you think Arteta's doing a good job? Can Arsenal finish higher than top 8? Let us know. Thank you guys for joining with me. I'd like to thank Joel, Kieron, and men like Jordan. Peace.